What's going on, people? It's your man the YB back once again. So we got an update on Ben Whittaker, aka Ben Shittiker. Oh, this is wild, folks. I hate doing this, if I'm honest. This feels like light skin on light skin crime right now. Yeah, I'm not shilling my bays, but listen, man, you jacked. Anyway, you can see the picture here. I'm trying to get it. Either way, you get the point here. DAZN put a picture out. I'll show you the title of the article now. You've seen it for yourself already. Ben Whittaker punches hole in wall as he's wheeled off to hospital after a freak injury. Where's the alleged here, TalkSport? Yeah? Simon Jordan, just because you're sucking off Ben Shalom. Where's allegedly? I ain't seen no injury. And I'll tell you how do we know it's fake. I've got a video coming tomorrow, leaking to you, man. Make this make sense. How is it 24 hours ago we had the confirmation from a fighter in the same stable as Ben Whittaker, Fraser Clark, who's been confirmed to have a broken jaw? It don't take people. This ain't the NHS here. Even if you went to the NHS, you'd have been seen within 40 hours, right? 24 hours. If you go to A&E, you'll get an X-ray for whatever allegedly Ben Whittaker had in 24 hours. My point? They ain't in NHS. Yeah? You patterned up with his turbulency. They go straight to the private wing. Within an hour of this fight concluding, he went straight to hospital. Within an hour, he'd have had the pictures or the X-rays, right? Where are they? How is it we know? How is it it's been confirmed Fraser Clark, his jaw was broken. He hasn't had a stroke. Where's the confirmation of Ben Whittaker? Oops. There is none. Yeah? He went to the hospital from reports I'm hearing. They couldn't find nothing there. Yeah? And he's been kept in there for 3 or 4 days now. They're trying to find something. They'll come out and say, oh, his magnesium levels was low. So that's what they're looking for. They're hunting now for some problem. Because they couldn't find squat. Yeah? His x-ray was A-OK, 10 out of 10. The doctor said, you have a 10-10 x-ray. Not even nothing wrong. And the crazy thing is, normally if you go to A&E, if you go to some sort of emergency service, yeah, and you complain about pain in your ankle, for example, which is what's been alleged, they'll just x-ray your ankle. Them Saudi cats, from what I'm hearing, they x-rayed his ankle, his hand, his back. Why? They're trying to find something. They couldn't find nothing. That's why you ain't heard nothing. And normally Ben Whittaker, Mr. Instagram, he quiet right now. Yeah, his last post was, today we eat. Oops. Yeah, where's the pictures? And even if, to be fair to Ben, to be fair to Mr. Shittiker, even if he put pictures out, I wouldn't believe it. I hate to break it to you, man. Even if he wheeled out some moody doctor they've paid for, come on now, people. Come on now. Come on now. Yeah? Even if they wheel out one moody doctor, that's what will probably happen. Ben Shalom is not stupid. They know how to play the game. He's got all the top tips. You know Ben Shalom. He's got all the top tips on how to, you know what I'm saying, put out moody news releases. Them man been doing that one, right? They know how to play that game. That's one thing they can definitely do. Yeah? For sure. So they'll no doubt get some moody doctor on the TV screen with his stethoscope round his neck to make it look real. And he'll say, yeah, so this is the worst. And Ben Whittaker had his back broken in 9 different places, and it's a miracle the man even was able to be wheeled off in a wheelchair. That's how they're going to spin it. They're going to spin it that way. Oh man, it's the most courageous performance ever, because his back was actually broken 4 rounds before and he was pushing through. That's the narrative that's coming. And it's cap. Did not happen. His back was fine. His back was fine a day before. Yeah, his ankle was fine then. His ankle was fine when he was walking in with his bird with his big 3-inch platform shoes. He didn't have a bum ankle then, did he? Yeah? If you've got a bum ankle, the last thing you do is put 3-inch platform shoes on. Let me tell you that for free right now. Waltzing into the arena. He was just fine. He was A-OK. And anyway, let's get to the actual point here. The actual point is, like the title says, Ben Whittaker punches a hole as he is wheeled off in the hospital. As he's wheeled off to hospital. And you've seen the punch in the wall already, which is there. Now, this is the new age, folks. We've seen it with AJ. Yeah? Unfortunately, the new age is, I want to fight after the fight is over. What's the point doing that? Yeah? Ben? Mr. Whittaker? What's the point being hard? Punching, it's like when, I don't know, punching a wall or something. That's hard signalling. That's alpha signalling. Oh, I'm really hard. I'm hitting walls. It's like, he was in a fight. He did it. People, I've seen fighters legitimately injured. They at least tried to get up. He didn't even try. He was laying there like... he was laying there, man. He did not want to move. And I got a video coming soon as well, but his corny team apparently told him, yeah, don't get up, don't get up. That's whack, man. That's whack. Again, estrogenic times. If that was my fighter... Yeah, I guess it's different. You can say, well, there's financial, but financials, man. Yeah? If you're no good and you're getting punched up, Ben Whittaker was a 30-1 favourite. If you're getting punched up as a 30-1 favourite, that's on you, man. Only God. I'd have sat Ben down and said, bro, you better put that shoe back on. Yeah? What happens in the next 7 rounds is between you and God now. I can't help you now. You understand? Get your pretty looking ass back in there, man. Get to work. That's what you've been training for. That's what you've been talking about. Yeah? You've been talking about how, oh, you've only seen one level of my game and I can do it when I need to. I'd have told Ben, now's the time to get into the needing to. Yeah, you need to now. Yeah? Start showing folks what you've been talking about. Oops. But instead, you have estrogenic, low T, beta. I hate to break it. Whoever's training him is beta. Get in there and fight, man. Yeah? Get your pretty looking ass up. Get back in there. Yeah? That's what I'd have told him. I wouldn't have got no wheelchair out. Yeah, you can bum shuffle. If your ankle's that bum shuffle back. That's what you can do. Wheelchair for what? He did nothing in there. You have to, for me, yeah, fighters should have to earn a wheelchair, right? Oh, he had a hell of a fight and he needed a wheelchair. Grown-ass man with no shame. He was that scared of trying to protect his image. He didn't even want to walk out. He thought, oh, I better make sure it looks good, so I've got to sit. You corny ass, looking ass, man. You know there's nothing wrong. And all due respect, yeah, someone who's bashed their leg up or their back up, you ain't got no energy to be punching a wall like that, right? You're focused on your actual leg. He was punching, not out of frustration that his leg went, out of frustration that he got his ass beat, everyone saw it, and all that talk went nowhere. Yeah, that's what he's really disappointed at. He couldn't maintain the mirage, because it was all fake confidence. Real confidence isn't, oh, I'm an on-top fighter. It's not Ben's fault, though. This is a new age. Even at the top of the game, you have on-top fighters. You don't have... Name me an old-school fighter these days. It's very hard to do. An old-school fighter. They're all on-top fighters. Canelo, head of the game, on-top fighter. Looks great, wants to fight. Even then, though, even when he's in there with bums, though. Canelo's in there with Edgar Bumlanger. He don't have no... People, let me tell you something now. Back in the old school, if you got in there, if any of them old school heads, yeah, got in there with Edgar Bumlanger, they'd smell that you're sweet. They'd smell that you don't really want to fight, and you'd be out of there. Does that make sense? So when you see Canelo going points with Callum Smith, who didn't want to fight, and points with Jamal Charlo, put Jamal Charlo's scared ass in there with some old head, they'd have chewed him up and bat him out. They could smell it. Oh, this guy don't want to fight. He getting it. Canelo, his new age. He's not only on top, but he just wants to plod along. There's no spite in his work, ultimately. And then when he gets pressed by Bivol, he's looking like he's about to cry and wants out of there and he's all frustrated. New age. The old school guys, they get put down, they get back up, carry on fighting. The new school, it's like, oh, I don't want to go down, let me just preserve myself. Edgar Bumlanger. And then suck the guy off after the fight. Same thing here. Rather than, and we can talk about commercial stuff, other people can do that. Other people can sit there sucking off the commercials. Oh, YB, it was commercially smart. That's what his team was saying. Oh, Ben, stay down because commercially we're going to lose and I'm not interested. Yeah, all the talk, no doubt the talk sport heads all, Simon Jordan, you know what he's like, he'll come on and say, well, it was a smart business decision actually, and it was the right thing to do. Simon, you're scared of Eddie Hearns. Yeah, who can take your opinion about a fight? You're scared to run the fade with Eddie Hearns. So, all due respect, I take your opinions like a woman's in this game. No good, don't carry no weight. Because Eddie Hearns stuck it straight on you, me and you for charity. And you bottled it. Oh, I don't want to fight, Eddie. So what are you talking about boxing for? What are you talking about boxing for if you don't want to fight when you're pressed? Yeah, your opinion carries no weight in this game. I'm afraid to break it to you. It carries no weight at all. Not even a bit of weight. Yeah? I'm not interested in commercials, people. Because, and then besides, it's not like Ben Whittaker was sold as, oh guys, I'm going to... Like all these individuals, they sell themselves as dogs, right? He didn't sell himself as the pretty guy who, yeah, I don't really want to fight. He sold it as, I'll slap these guys about, and then when I'm ready, I'll put the hammer down. I'm choosing to have fun. That's how he spun it. He didn't say all I can do is have fun. He said he could be spiteful. Well, it was time to get spiteful. And instead of being spiteful in the ring, instead of saying, hey man, hey coach, do my boot up. I'm going to take these 2-3 minutes of rest, and I'm getting back in there. It's time to lock in now. Yeah, it's time to be great. It's time to be great and win. Or if it's my destiny, to be sent to Valhalla Warriors Paradise. That's what he could have done. That's what he was selling us. Yeah, that's what he was selling us. So people want something for nothing these days. They don't really want to earn the warrior thing. They want to claim they got it. Oh, I got it. Yeah, I got it. I haven't used it yet. Turns out you haven't got it, actually. I've never seen this literally, I said it the other day, but this reminded me, this whole thing from Ben Whittaker. It's like a football type thing. It's a Neymar type shtick. I don't know Neymar. I only mention him because he was at the fight of the weekend, but no doubt Neymar's jumped on the floor and rolled around holding his leg before, and there's nothing wrong. This was a football one of them once. Football players, they don't even get hit, and then they roll. I've seen football players get hit in the mouth, and then they roll on the floor and they grab their leg. It's like, okay, this was that. And football, I don't watch football, but from what I've heard on the grapevine, even in football, or American football, or even American basketball, everyone agrees, back in the 70s and 80s, the styles have changed. They're soft now. Yeah? No one really wants to get stuck in. It's like, oh, that's a foul. And new age in UK football, soccer, whatever you want to call it. Same thing. These players are soft. It's the estrogenization of the modern man. That's what this is. And it's come all the way to boxing. And really, it's pervasive in boxing. You have to, it's the, back in the 80s, people might not have all been the same skill level, but half of the fighters at least wanted to fight. Even if they were overmatched, they'd have a go. Think about Burt Cooper. He was overmatched a few times. He still wanted to have a go. Burt Cooper versus Holyfield, a great example. Burt Cooper gets put down. He must have been a massive underdog at the time. He gets put down. He gets up, keeps working away, and puts Holyfield down. You don't see that today. Yeah? If these fighters go down, they're finished. Look at AJ, for example. The minute they go down, they're finished. They're finished. They're finished the minute they go down the first time. There's no back and forth. They go down and it's over at that point. There's no coming back. Or they go down and they're on skates. Or they're scared, like Bivol, and they're just running around for their dear life. Yeah, there's no real, okay, we'll fight now then. There was points, to be fair, with Bivol that you thought, oh, he's going to come back now. But then he'd come back, he'd do one spurt, and then be back on his bike again. There was no, okay then, it's a championship rounds now. Let's fight if you want to fight. Arthur, you're 40 years old, and you got a bum knee. I'm backing myself. Where was that, folks? Burt Cooper wasn't the level of Bivol, allegedly. He backed himself. And Bivol was a 50-50 favourite. Burt Cooper wasn't. That's old school balls. You can talk about, oh, he's Russian. Well, I didn't see it. I just didn't. I saw a dude in there fighting in spurts. And he had no problem bullying Canelo, did he? Yeah? So what happened to that? He got the bully beat out of him. He's another on-top fighter. Bivol showed he's an on-top fighter. He looks great on top. That's what he looks great doing, on top, with Carrot Top. When it came to actually getting in the mix with someone his own size, oh, now he's running and clinging on for dear life. Get him out of it, man. Fake looking ass. And I'm not massively, I think Beterbiev could have taken more risks. In them last 4 or 5 rounds, he could have taken more risk and committed a bit more. So, you just don't see the old school fights anymore, man. You just don't see the old school fights where people just come in and have a go. You just don't see it. Beterbiev was in gear 1. I don't know what he was doing. I'm not sucking Beterbiev off. I was disappointed with his performance. He was in gear 1, just ticking over. He didn't put the hammer down. He didn't say, all right, we're going in now. Where is people? Do you understand this? Back in the 1940s, yeah, probably tens of thousands of men were brought in on boats to storm the beaches of Normandy. With shells dropping in the sea. They're watching their comrades blown up on the boats and whatnot. Do you see that one there? That's real, that is. Bombs dropping everywhere and you got to go onto the beach and run up against the turrets. Where's that mentality gone, man? Soft. We ain't asking you to run in front of bullets and run in front of artillery fire. We're asking you to do what you signed up to do. Fight. So put your shoe back on. Yeah? Put your shoe back on. That's what you should have done. Put your shoe back on, tied it a bit tighter, and had a go. Okay, my foot's gone now. I'm stuck in the mud. Let's fight now. It's time to fight. His leg, he didn't have a bum ankle, to be fair. His leg was fine, but in principle, even if your ankle did go, you don't quit a fight on a rolled ankle, man. Especially when you're in there. It's not like you're in there with Beterbiev. Even if you're in there with Beterbiev, man, get sent to Valhalla. Yeah? If it's your time to do that. How many people have you knocked out before? I don't like bullets, essentially. These guys are all good at knocking people out. Yeah? So there's some kind of hippie energy balance in life. So all them people you knocked out and had no problem and was celebrating and how many people has Ben Whittaker knocked out and then clowned on? So when it's your time now to travel to the pearly gates of Warriors Paradise, that's your obligation. You must travel there. Oh, not the New Age. Yeah, the New Age would rather do a deal with the devil. Oh, what's that? What's that? You can pop my butthole and I can never lose and you're just going to put me... Oops. That's Ben Whittaker for sure. Yeah, Ben Whittaker, dude, he don't want to fight for what he wants. He'll just give his back up. Take that. That's what he want, man. Come on now. Liam Cameron's a solid British level fighter, but come on, man. Come on. He's got no chance. He's got no chance after that. If you're quitting in there with Liam Cameron, I like Liam Cameron. I thought if you had to put money anywhere, in fact, I put a bet on Liam Cameron in the end. Obviously, it lost, but the point is, there's levels to this, and you were supposed to be levels, and you're not. And instead of fighting like you're paid and subscribed to doing, you're punching holes in this. This is AJ-esque. Yeah? I didn't want to fight with Usyk when I had 12 rounds. Now that I've got some air back in my lungs and I'm not as tired, let me signal that I'm hard. Let me throw Usyk's belts out the ring. Let me punch a hole in the wall. Have some humility. Yeah, massive egos. They're not real egos though. They're single mum pumped up egos. Oh, you're the best thing ever. No one can ever do nothing. Because if Daddy was at home, he'd tell you, man, life ain't like that. Life's shit and then you die, most likely. Yeah? Or or at the best of things, you can make a whole heart. How many people do you think are out there in the world, yeah, who work really hard and get nowhere? That's the reality of it. Yeah? Get off Ben. Yeah? Get off Instagram, man. That's not real life. All you should want to get from this game, what the old heads did. The old heads wanted, they wanted it for themselves. Yeah, they wanted greatness for themselves. A lot of these new age cats, they talk about, I'm searching greatness. They're not really though. And you can only see if someone's searching greatness. Ali versus Foreman won. That is searching greatness. Do you know how hard it is to be in there, just riding with shots? Even if you're taking them on the gloves and arms. It's knackering. Just because you're not punching is knackering, being bopped in the head. Ali was a massive underdog in that fight. People were saying, don't do it, Ali. He's going to catch a body in there. Yeah? That's greatness. That's greatness. You're in there a 31 underdog, and you throw it, flinging your shoe off, pretending you hurt your ankle. Oh, it's over for the new age, folks. And I'm not one of the. I'm new age for sure. But just because I'm new age, I'm not going to shill it like it's doing something right now. It's dead, finished. This is a fact. It's an evidential fact. And people say, oh well, YB, Ali quit when he was 40 million years old, and he'd given all of his brain cells to the game. Yeah, that's when he started falling off. And even then, he was riding with the shots. When Larry Holmes was putting it on him, he wasn't in there like just jumping out, making excuses and pretending he got a bum leg. He was in there just rocking and rolling. Yeah, to the bitter end. So scrap all that. Yeah, scrap all that. Anyway, here's what Liam Cameron said, Ben Whittaker's opponent. He said he was... Oh, there it goes. He didn't want... I love this interview. I watched this one. It was wicked. Liam Cameron said he didn't want no more. He didn't want no more, man. He didn't want no more. Liam was just the problem with these amateur cats is the amateur game, there's pros and cons. The pros to the amateur game are, obviously, if you get far, you get a big deal, like Fraser Clark. Yeah, Fraser Clark's no good. Really, right? He's got his chin suspect and he can't punch, and he's got no cardio. And the pro ranks, even if we say Wardley's really good, who's Clark going to beat, man? I'm sceptical if he beats anyone above British level. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Fraser Clark versus the Romford Bull. Yeah, that's the kind of fight, that's the kind of level he's at. Or Fraser Clark versus Italma. That's what he should be doing now. Anyway, the point I'm making. The amateur game is no good. It gives you a false sense of security. When you're in there slapping around and whatever. I watched the amateurs at the Olympics, man. It was awful to watch. They're all just faffing around and slapping around. It was not, I don't know what you call that. It's not boxing in my mind. Just faffing around. It gives you a false sense. And if you look at the evidence, Tony Yoka, Fraser Clark, Audley Harrison, AJ's got a lot of gifts though. AJ's beat a lot of fighters, but he's had a lot of gifts as well. He's an explosive athlete. So you could put any one of them in there and they're going to get half the way against the bums he was fighting. He's in there. People, look at Dominic Brazil. Who here think he can box? Come on now. Come on now. Yeah? You're in there with these beta or B-level, C-level type athletes. They're not athletes though, are they? Dominic Brazil's not an athlete. Pule's 40 years old. Povetkin's 40 years old. So it's like, okay, you went life and death for 40-year-old Vlad. The amateurs, a waste of time. False sense of security, how good you are. Josh Kelly, another one. All this amateur pedigree. And that guy who had 6 days notice or whatever, he started having a go, and dude fell apart. Josh Kelly wheels started coming off. Because they're all fanning about. Just slapping away and then running off. And you can't run forever, man. You can't run forever. And that's what amateurs teaches you. Amateur game is like, you slap about and then jump out and slap about. But it's clearly not translating. Yeah? Unless you're able to translate the amateur style into the pros, it just don't work. Which is not, there's no evidence for it. For all these accolades, Olympic silver medalist, you shouldn't be getting knocked out by a white collar dude. It's not like you can say, oh well, Wardley's powerful, clearly. But Wardley's powerful because he swings from his hip. He's swinging from his hip. And I mean, if it was that, right, come on. It's not like Wardley's got power, however you justify it, I guess. But the whole point of amateur boxing is, okay, you're swinging and I'm going to be narrow. And the first fight was that way. The first fight, Fraser Clark was dominating with a jab. But aggression and wanting to fight, getting there and have a go, he's overcoming all this, especially these days with the amateurs. Because they ain't really learning what a fight's about. A fight isn't about slapping about and getting out. Slapping in, slapping out, slapping in, slapping out. Because when you're slapping in and slapping out, that is an advantage for people who... Whittaker clearly has good genetics. It's very quick. So when you're slapping in, slapping out, that's great. But when someone comes in like Liam Cameron, he's straight on your ass, like you robbed something. It's like, oh, there's no conversation here. He's punching when I'm punching. That's the pro game. Yeah? Anyway. Yeah, man, this guy, he's finished. Ben Whittaker's finished. Ben Whittaker's finished. I don't want to see him no more. Apart from to get beat up again, if he wants it. But knowing Ben Shalong, they will probably pay. I reckon Liam Cameron will be told, hey man, we'll pay you 500 grand to lay down in the rematch. That's the kind of shtick they'll do from now on. Yeah, Liam, if they do the rematch, which they might not. Yeah, if they do the rematch, which they might not, they'll say to Liam Cameron, hey Liam, take this 500 bags and lay down in the rematch. That's what will happen. And I reckon what you'll see is, you'll see Liam Cameron go in there, he'll have his hands up like this, and he'll just follow him. Follow Ben Whittaker the whole night, and get his head pinged off, and he'll lose. That's what I think coming. There's no way they're putting him back in there, because he's going to be knowing the light skin psychology, yeah, he's going to be psychologically broken now. This isn't the old school where they come back and say, oh man, you can't really, I'm not sure how you can come back from jumping out of the ring and laying there pathetically. Look at Nigel Benn. Nigel Benn was in there with pound for pound top 5 at the time, I believe. Gerald McLennan, who's knocking everyone out. Nigel Benn gets knocked out of the ring with punches. Yeah? And he's clamouring trying to get back in there to finish the fade. You see that one there, the New Age folks. He's clamouring to get back in there. Yeah? If anyone had an excuse to say, oh, I've been knocked out of the ring, let me take my shoe off, it would have been Nigel Benn. In there with a real dog. I like, again, Liam Cameron's solid, but he's not Gerald McLennan, is he? Right? He's not that. That's what he's not. So, it's like, wow. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe, let off the bell. No doubt about it. People, stop it. Oh, that's mad.